So for those of you who have done training with me or Karen or Sue or any of the other people on this call, you know that a big part of the Oaklander model is that we don't want to ask children to do things we haven't done ourselves. So I want us to have a very brief, this is only going to take maybe 10 minutes or so, an experience with projective cards. So tying into Freda's talk, I want to invite you to just take a minute, and if you're comfortable closing your eyes, I invite you to do that, and to start to think about your own childhood or adolescence in terms of loss. Things that maybe were disappointments, physical losses, maybe people or places or situations that were lost to you. And see if any one of those losses sort of rises to the top for you. It seems like kind of something that might be interesting or important to zero in on a little bit more today. And what I'm going to have you do when you're ready to come on back and open your eyes, I'm going to, so Kathy, how do I share my screen?
Sure. So on the bottom, do you have a black bar that says share screen?
I do.
Okay, click on that. And then make sure you select the screen that has the website up.
The desktop. So can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So these are the cards that Kathy and Karen were talking about. And what I'm going to do is have you see if you can connect the particular loss that you were just thinking about and remembering to any of these cards. And I'm going to go through them kind of slowly. I'm going to have somebody else look at the chat window because I'm kind of really focused on these cards. But see if any of these sort of resonate for you. And I see one already that resonates for me. And maybe I'll just do a little demonstration with myself, just to give you an idea of how you could do this with one of your clients who's any age, but these cards seem more geared for young people, but there's lots of other cards you could use. But just to give you an idea, these are available on oaklandertraining.org, so they're free for all of us to use. So just to give you an idea, the card that really jumped out at me was this one. And so when you think about the card that jumped out for you, what I'd like you to do is in the chat window, see if you can find 3 words about your card. So how do I get back to the rest of the cards? Oh, great. So you are all looking at some other cards. So Kathy, how do I get back to the screen of all the cards?
In the top right, there should be an X.
Oh yeah, it was hidden. Okay. So 3 words about your card or about your loss that you might want to share in the chat window. And I'm going to have Kathy, if you wouldn't mind reading those, because I want to stay with these cards because we're going to pick one more card.
Sure. Tornado, the hurricane, I guess those are the same. The pirates, robbers. Then we have some adjectives: sudden, strong, scary, slow, long journey, shock, alone, together, scary, the farm, calm before storm, sitting high but could fall anytime, confused, restless denial, blank, dark, missing, end of pirate radio station, chaotic, tornado, loss, holiday place, waiting alone, upheaval, unrooted chaos, mine, not hers, the rat, cautious, hideaway, sneaky, prickly, strong, alone, cold, sad, guilt, horse picture, heaviness, ache, hopelessness, tree of memories.
I think I'll let everybody just read the rest as they come floating in. But I guess the ones for me that I had made a note of were alone, separate, floating. Sort of what that card was about for me. The second part of this is I'd like you to go ahead and close your eyes again. And in this case, think about your card, what that image was for you, and what the loss was. And imagine now that whatever that time was in your life, wherever you were, that there was an adult, maybe an actual adult, someone that was supportive, a parent, a teacher, a grandparent, an older sibling, a neighbor, someone that could have provided some support. And if you didn't have anybody like that, see if you could just imagine a person or the qualities of a person that might have helped you just to be with you during your experience with that loss. And then come on back when you have somebody or some kind of semblance of what a person like that might bring, and look at the cards again and see if there's an image that might kind of be a good fit for that supportive person. And again, when you find your image, see if you can find 3 words to put into the chat that fit for that card or that person. For me, I'll go first. This was the image that I chose. Oops, not that one. The wrong one came up, so let me go back. It was this one. So my person was my grandmother, and she had an amazing garden, and the words that kind of fit for me for her were care, comfort, safety. And so maybe Kathy, if you want to read a couple of entries that came in for words that people shared with this one.
Sure. Warm, reflective, present, nurturing, calm, still, love, caring, protector, grounding, wise, reliable, soothing, sun, guiding, bright, fun.
Great. So just like we do when we're actually sitting on the floor with our clients and have cards spread all out, or we're using medicine cards or archetype cards or old greeting cards that we've been collecting, or pictures from magazines, whatever we are used to using, we don't have that option. So we have to make do. And as we know from our work, it only takes seconds for someone to begin to project their own experience onto these cards and to go through that process where we can get into a dialogue with our clients about what they're seeing and what they're experiencing. And we can continue with our 4-part process of being different parts of the card, seeing if anything about the dialogue or the card fits for them, anything that they can make meaning from or integrate their experience. So Karen and Kathy, thank you so much for providing this deck as a starting point for us to use. And I'm happy to take any questions. If you want to type to me just individually in the chat, I'll try to answer during the rest of the time we have together, but I want to stop to turn this over to Violet so we don't miss a minute of her Q&A.